Thank you for tuning in to the Bloody Truth Inside Games, and I am Blood Spirit. Check this out. This is pretty interesting. The Upland Fire Drill. I'm going to give you the good, the bad, and the ugly on this. Maybe I'll start doing the good, the bad, and the ugly on all of this stuff that's coming up here. But you come on here to expect to hear the absolute 100% facts, at least the way that I see it. And we will talk about this fire drill here. Hey, Uplanders, we are consistently working on improvements to the Upland technical infrastructure to create the best possible experience for you as players. However, it can be difficult to measure the success of these changes under everyday Upland conditions. So they're admitting they're having some challenge, which I think is very good. In order to test these ongoing fixes, we will be conducting a fire drill on Wednesday, March 30th at 8:45 a.m. Pacific time. So if you're on the East Coast, that is going to be 11:45 a.m. Central will be 10:45 a.m. Mountain Time will be 9:45 a.m. Stress tests our system, evaluates the changes and plans for additional updates. Players who participate in the Upland Fire Drill will be eligible for a drawing with a top prize of 1 spark and 50,000 UPEX. Let's learn more, because this is some interesting stuff. So we'll click on this. We'll figure out what it just basically said all the same thing that I just read. The fire drill consists of 2 parts, minting challenge and treasure collecting challenge. Both challenges will be limited to the following neighborhoods. So they put neighborhoods in here where you have to go: Los Angeles, Nashville, Kansas City, and Detroit. Each neighborhood was selected due to their availability inventory of unminted property as well as their current secondary market value. Once the fire drill begins, players will have 45 minutes to complete each task and earn entries possible. So here's what they're going to do. They're basically going to start it at 8:45. A large number of sins will be dropped in the cities. Players can go pick up the sins. Okay, and then at 9 a.m. The minting challenge will happening. Lastly, starting at 9:05, the treasures will begin to drop on the minted properties that you've purchased, and then at 9:30 Pacific time, while most treasures will grant through UPEX rewards to cover send fees, each treasure will have a small consistent. Okay, so it may contain the 10,000. Then there's going to be 1 spark and 50,000. So this is good. Okay, the grand prize. Here's all the rewards. You can go in there and read it. There's a lot of information that you can read here. So here's the good. We'll start with the good. The good is they finally started to figure out what I've been saying this whole time. The stress test before an opening is not good because it's shutting down the system. People aren't getting in there to be able to mint properties. It's one of the main reasons why some people are leaving. The comments are constantly, this team doesn't know what they're doing. This here is a great change. It is a big difference, and it is something that should have been done a while ago, to be honest with you. A better way to test the structures and make sure that the game is running properly. So I think that this is a absolute going in the right direction, redeeming yourself, and must have been done a long time ago. Okay? The bad is, what have I been saying over the last week? They need to get some properties minted. They need some money coming into the game, and people are not buying, people aren't purchasing, things aren't going, and they're pretty much admitting this by doing this whole, you need to mint properties. Is that not speaking? That's where they make their money. Let's be honest. The majority of the money that they make is taking a property that is not owned by anybody and having you buy UPEX and purchase that property. That's where the flux of income comes in. I believe, I could be wrong. I can't see them, they're not going to be making a whole lot on these transfer and fees and things like that. They're going to be on the minting of the properties. That's where they make their money. Okay? The vast majority, that those white properties don't belong to anybody. It belongs to Upland, the game itself. So because of that, they need you minting properties so that they could continue. Now, one of two things is happening. Either they've made so much money, they just want to continue that flow, or they have been hurt dramatically by the fact that people haven't been doing a whole lot lately, and they just need to keep that, their funds they're spending too much money, and they need to recoup it. But clearly that, to me, in my mind, that's what happened. The absolute downright filthy, nasty, ugly on this whole thing, let me explain this to you from a corporate side. This is marketing 101. I mean, this is the absolute first thing that you learn when you get into the marketing business. This is what you learn. Contests, prizes, that types of things. That's what brings revenue in. That's what makes money. You make somebody think that they're getting something for free when they're really not. I mean, really, that's what it comes down to. That is marketing 101. Everybody does it. Buy one, get one free. Nordstrom's and the Bon Marché, their number one selling product was their makeup, and they put it right in the center of the store because you had to walk by everything else in order to get to it. That is marketing. So what they're doing is they're saying, here, we can make you a deal, but you got to buy properties. Where is the downright ugly on this one? They should have been doing this a long time ago. The fact that they have not been doing this years ago is the ugly. This is brilliant. I think this is one of the best things that they've done in a long time. And as a marketing guy, this is one of the most fantastic ideas that they've had. I've never seen a better idea. This is how you create revenue in the game. They should have been doing this a long time ago, and the fact that they haven't, that's where I find the downright ugly in. The only problem that I have with this is that now is this going to give them a free pass when they're doing stuff like that to be able to open up a bunch of cities right now. I'm okay if you open up 5 or 6. I've already talked about that. But one at a time, I just don't hope. I hope they don't go that route. But as far as my opinion on this, I'm going to give a grade on this. I think that this grade is a solid A for what they're doing on this one right now. I think this was smart, brilliant, a little bit thinking outside of the box as marketing goes, but still within that same category. This is what you have to do to bring people in. Let's just hope somebody like Blood doesn't come in and blow it for everybody. Trust me, my viewership is not that big. But this is an absolute winner. I think this one here is brilliant. I think I'm for the first time in a long time, I'm going to give a big kudos to the Upland team. I think they finally got something that looks promising. It is a good idea and something that will continue to make this game thrive. I think that not only the fire drill should be here to stay, I think that they should do them a little bit more consistently, maybe once a month like they do the Spark Week. My name is Blood Spirit. This is the Bloody Truth Inside Games.